I'm not bullshit. Like, people want real. Here it is, you know. But not eating after 4 days, I got like no energy. So, Ron asked me, would $20 help you out? And I'm like, dude, it would buy me some food. So he actually sent me $25. So I went and got some things, and I got some food into me. It wasn't much, but I'm gonna go back tomorrow, and like when the grocery store is actually open. By the time I got it, only the store was really open. So, anyways, um, yeah, it's been quite the night. I've been doing a lot of reflecting. You know, basically told everybody on YouTube and shit that some of my friends know that I got psoriasis, and some people did know. And sometimes it's not severe, but if you don't take care of it, and well, in my situation, how really can I? Um, it's gotten worse. So, like, I'm in a huge flare up right now. My arms are a fucking mess. My back, my chest, my legs, everything. And it's itchy, and you're not supposed to scratch it. Well, I'm a scratcher, and most people know that. Like, some people, my closest friends know that. So, yeah, it's been tough because I'm pretty sure it's starting to affect my kidneys and my gestational fucking issues that I got. Um, I'm pretty sure that's where it's coming from in my feet as well. And you can develop like diabetes and cancer and all this other shit because of psoriasis. So yeah, and it's an autoimmune disorder. There's no cure for it. So it is what it is. Um, and not because it's a joke or anything, but my ex-wife tried to fool people for years that she had this disease called Wagner's granulomatosis because she Googled it and, well, she had some symptoms. Like, I literally got it. People can't see it. I showed on the last YouTube video a bit. But, it's all over. Like, I can't hide that. So, I'm in a huge flare up right now. And obviously, fucking stress is the main cause of it. So, reflecting a little bit. I recorded this earlier too. I was listening to the song "Wishes" by Eminem and NF, and yeah, I fucking lost it because, I'm not gonna get into it because I already did. I got it way out. I got everything out of my system that I needed to be honest. But you'll understand when you see the video. But I'm just thinking about the situation that I'm in right now. And, I got family, literally, that's 10 minutes away. Yet a person that is in a different province from me that's seen my story 5 years ago and flown to Ottawa 2 years ago to interview me for a documentary called False, just sent me $25 and has been helping me out, trying to just make me survive, and just by sending a little bit of money so that I can eat. He's not even my blood, but he's been more of a father figure than anybody. And I got family that's literally I was gonna say 2 blocks, but they're a few blocks from my ex-wife. But they're like 10 minutes away. Like, my mother's so manipulated by my ex-wife that here I am. And I know, and not everybody got into the story of how I'm here, but initially, like, you should be able to depend on your family. So, in January we had a massive storm, fucking killed this tent. I had to fix it afterwards. But anyways, so I stayed at my mother's place because of my brother standing up for me and saying, like, it's kind of freezing, and it was. And I did stay out in like -20 weather. It was fucked up, but I'm still here. Like, we're almost in June now, May 26th. So I said it in the last video too, you know, I bumped into my ex-wife and her boyfriend on the fucking street, and boom, my problem started. All of a sudden, you know, I get back there and my mother's chirping at me that I can't stay there, so I already knew, boom, I already knew. You know, people think that I don't know, I know. So anyways, I knew that it was coming. I kind of was trying to prepare myself anyways, and my brother was like, well, come on. Like, you know, it was like February at this point. So she's like, well, I'll give you 2 weeks. So the 2 weeks weren't even up. And, you know, I went for a hike and come back, and I'm eating supper, and all of a sudden my ex's fucking boyfriend walks in the house, and he's chirping at my brother to come and meet him outside. And my brother wasn't having it because my nephew was there. You know, I don't want to get into all of it, but he was basically there for confrontation. You know, he wanted my brother to go outside because apparently my mother didn't want me there. So my ex-wife was trying to convince her to throw me out, you know, in the freezing cold. This is the type of person she is. That's why I call her a demon, and like she's the devil, because only one would, right? One that would actually, you know, accuse somebody of what she's accused me of, for one, and now to like meddle in my family still after 5 years. Like, that's got to show people that, look who I'm dealing with. This is a narcissistic person to the goddamn fucking core. She doesn't stop. But yet I'm sitting here in a fucking tent with no food. You know, I very little food now. Like, weak as shit. And people like this get away with it. You know, when I watched some of my videos that people sent me about the rally, you know, why you had to stand up for it. And, you know, like, yeah, Ottawa wasn't a success. Nobody showed up except for me and my buddy. And, well, you know, what my friend, and I'm going to post this later on, my friend Riz, right at the end, you know, he kept telling people the same thing. You got to stand up, because if you don't, you know, in the future, when this happens to your kids, it's on you. And it really is. Because at least if this does, because the fact is that divorce is over 50%. So I got 2 kids. I'm sure one of them's going to get divorced. I'm sure one of them are. But at least when they go through it, I've tried to stop it. Whereas 99.9% of yous that said that you were going to be there that didn't, you can't say that. And that's fact. That's the cold hard truth. I'm not trying to be a prick about it, but that's the facts. Because there's an excuse for most of you because of it. And I'm going to give you that excuse, even though I don't like excuses, but it's because you're being controlled by the fear of what that family court system is. And that's just fact. You've got to accept that. That's part of accountability, is to accept those things. And that's really what I realized tonight, is that I just got to accept this. That, yeah, I don't know, this might be affecting my kidneys. I'm pretty sure it is. Pretty sure it's affecting everything else. But now that I've eaten, I've gotten a little bit of energy. I really just got to keep that going. I've been trying to find work, you know, because, yeah, I can try and maintain this. But right now, I'm really, honestly, everybody, because you're going to say, why don't you go to a doctor, right? That's going to be your next thing right now, is why don't you go to a doctor? Because right now, because of our Canadian government, and I'm not bullshitting, I'm basically considered an immigrant, because I can't even renew my health card. My driver's license is suspended because of this bullshit family court system. And I can't renew my health card because I don't have an address. So I have no proper identification other than a fucking outdoors card. So I'm technically considered a fucking immigrant in my own country. So I can't do anything, regardless, even if I wanted to. The services out here in Hamilton are overrun. We're overpopulated, for one. And people say that there's about 5,000 that are homeless. That's not even true. There's more people homeless than you actually think. Because what we're not all realizing is, yeah, there's probably 5,000 people in encampments, in tents, but there is probably just as many of those type of people 5,000 living in their cars or their vans or their trucks. Because I see them every single day. I nod to them all because we pretty much know, and I'm pretty sure now, spiritually, you can actually fucking tell who is actually homeless nowadays because of how society is today. And I'm just saying it the way that I see it. Because like I said, I just got to accept and take accountability for now what I got and what I'm feeling inside me. Right? So I'm trying to show my kids that even if I can't be with you guys because of this fucking bullshit system and because of your mother never stopping, and yes, I'm very angry right now because the fact of the matter is that I'm going to be turning 45 in a few months. And I still haven't seen you guys. And now that I know what I got, we don't know. So you got to be strong no matter what. And you got to stand up for what's right. So maybe some people are going to tell me, well, you know, you failed at this, you failed at that. I didn't because I always still stood up for it and I never backed down. I never did. So if this is going to take me, well, you know what? I'm going to continue and do it until it does. You know, I'm going to keep going because I have to. Because I cannot let my kids continue to go through this. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. And the fact also, folks, is that I've been sending a lot of this stuff to CBC News, and they've been watching all of it. I see them on my Instagram. They see every single thing that I throw at them. And normally they don't even bother and they don't even budge and look at your shit. But they have been looking at my stuff. But the one thing that they haven't been doing is responding to it. And I called them out tonight. I already did on my Instagram, but I'm doing it now again. Is why are we allowing this child abuse to continue? Why is CBC allowing this to happen? Because you're watching my stuff, but you're not responding to me. So why are we allowing this to happen? Because I have the documented proof to show that this is happening. So why are we not doing anything about it? Because the other thing is that my good friend, who you all know, Russell Peters, has my back. And before the rally, he was actually one of the very few people that sent me a good luck. Go get him, Richie. I'm with you, my man. That's what he said to me. My buddy nearly shit himself, JC, when he sent me that message. But I'm not like that. Russell Peters is a good fucking guy. And he's a very busy guy. So for him to do that, and actually a lot of my friends and even some of my family couldn't even do that, but Russell Peters took the time to do that. You got to stand up for yourself, guys, no matter what. That's what I'm ending with.